Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। Please forgive me to stop you from the ecstatic chanting. Today's code on chanting by Satchinanand Swami. Start chanting japa, kirtan, or just singing out loud the sacred name and put a pause on everything that is going in your life. Soon you will see Krishna rising in your heart and consciousness. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. I am Pooja from Sri. May I know who have joined today?
Hare Krishna, Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Nikunjara Sadas from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Puja Mataji and Maharaj and all the celebrities and Netra. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shamarasika Rasi from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Puja Mataji, my Dandavat Pranam to you and all the devotees on the call. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Rupini Padma Devi Dasi from Orlando, Florida.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining. Anybody else who would like to announce their name? Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Today we are so fortunate to have His Holiness Samik Rishi Maharaj from India, and today Prabhuji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 6, Chapter 9, 19, and verse 8 onwards. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, and please take over the call whenever you are ready.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances and thank you for inviting me for today's class. So we'll be talking about this Srimad Bhagavatam. So let us do some Premi Stuti or some Prayers to the Supreme Lord. Om Akhyantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhyastam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatha पितम तम सजीवम साद्वैतम सावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितम शम हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगे राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदानाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरक्षे नमः वाञ्छाकरपतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शुद्धिवादी पाश्चात्य Hare Krishna. So, we'll be reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 19, text number 8. Many verses do not have any purport. We'll read quite many of the verses today. It's about Punshavan ritualistic ceremony, Punshavan Vrat. And why this Punshavan Vrat was asked and given by Kashyap Muni. By Kashyap Muni to his wife Diti, who is the mother of all the Daityas or Asuras. And she wanted to have a son who could kill Indra because Indra has done a lot of mischiefs or somehow Aditi's sons, they were removed from their position. So she was very furious and she wanted to have a son. And now Kashyap Muni, because of her service to her husband, Diti's service to Kashyap Muni, he says that I will fulfill your all desire. He is asked. So service is the best thing to attract the husband also, or even to serve Krishna also if it is done without any motivation. But she had the motivation. And then Kashyap Muni lamented that why did he just say that he will give any woman? She wanted to have such a son to kill Indra. And he now devised what way that he can do that she becomes purified. She does not have the desire. And Indra is not killed. Her son does not kill the Indra. So, thinking that, he says that you do this vrat, Punshavan vrat, which is a worship to Lord Vishnu. So much austerity has to be taken, and there are certain rules and regulations. So, by that way, she got purified by Punshavan vrat. Anybody who is very sinful or he has, if they worship Krishna, if they worship, perform this Punshavan vrat, or just chants the holy name of the Lord, they are all the same, chanting the holy name of the Lord, doing some austerities for Krishna, service to Krishna, or offering everything to Krishna, surrendering to Krishna, and engage in some way or another to connect with the Supreme Lord, either Supreme Lord Krishna, or Narayana, or Vishnu. And so this Punshavan Vrat describes, you have read that about what is the do's and don'ts of the Punshavan Vrat. Any kind of Vrat, there are always what to do and what not to do. Those are always there. Even in the material world also those are there. But they are about going back home, back to Godhead, or pleasing Krishna, and material worlds are pleasing your own senses or your own boss, so you could get something out of them. So nobody is lover in the world to one to another. There is all envy and all your enemies. Only you serve because as long as you get some benefit out of the other person. If you don't get a benefit, you just throw them away. So we will read text number 8. That so Punsavandra was devised by Kashyap Muni, and he gave it to uh, Diti. She performed this, but there was one mistake, that she did not wash her feet or hands, and she slept. And Indra, seeing this, her mistake, he entered in her womb and cut this child who was in the womb and cut into 7 pieces. And then each of the 7 pieces, he cut them again into 7 pieces. So that's why there were 49, and they were Maruts, and they will become friends of Indra. So mother, when he was very, very honestly telling what had happened, Indra, then because of his honesty, his service attitude, and his having some atonement and feeling remorse, then he forgave him, because that was happened because of this Punsavandra. You could forgive, you could get boons, you could enmity would be finished. So many benefits are there because of the Punsavandra. Same benefits are available if somebody is a Krishna conscious. These are described very vividly in Brahma Samhita. From there are Brahma Samhita has many verses, but from 1 to 20, 1 or 20, there are all tattvas about Radha tattva, Nam tattva, Sita tattva, and then there is a Chintamani Prahar Sattvasu, that is from further Chintamani describes about the tattva, and then description of the person. But tattva about that you will know beforehand. So Chintamani words that we always speak or read, that is I think from 20. So this is only the 5th verse of the Brahma Samhita. And if we read those 1 to 29 verses, they are very, very nice to give about the tattva of the spiritual world. The Brahma Samhita talks about all demigods, Ganesh, or who is Lord Shiva, who is Durga. All these things are given in Brahma Samhita. But before the Brahma Samhita that we read all the time starts, there are verses. They are about the tattvas, about the spiritual world, tattvas about Krishna, Lakshmi, etc. etc. So let us read these verses, and then we will discuss some of those. Text number 8. The Punchavan ritualistic ceremony. Avishesham cha juhuyad anale dva dasahutihi Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Mahavibhuti Pataye Swaheti. Shukdev Goswami continued, after worshipping the Lord with all the paraphernalia mentioned above, one should chant the following mantra while offering 12 oblations of ghee on the sacred fire. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Mahavibhuti Pataye Swaha. These are the 12 names. With each ahuti means different grains and different yagya samagri and ghee and purified ghee and mantras. We offer oblation. Oblations means offering to the Agni. And Agni is the mouth of the Mahavishnu or Vishnu. So he eats through the fire. He eats also through the mouth of the Brahmanas. And Brahmanas are Vaishnavas particularly. So Krishna eats. If you feed a Vaishnava nicely, that ghee comes out of his mouth. Because ghee preparations are accepted as the best preparation. So if you eat, it's a very tasty also because of the ghee, or sometimes because of the oil that they are replacing. But oil is not proper. But if you prepare good steps and feed to Vaishnavas, then Vishnu Bhagavan becomes very happy when the Vaishnavas get happy. So translation of text 8. Sukdev Goswami continued, after worshipping the Lord with all the paraphernalia mentioned above, one should chant the following mantra while offering 12 oblations of ghee on the sacred fire. Om Namo Bhagavate Mahapurushaya Mahavibhuti Pataye Namah. Text number 9. Sriyam Vishnum Chavradavashisham Prabhavabhubhau Bhaktya Sampujaye Nityam Yadichet Sarva Sampadaha. If one desires all opulences, if he wants the wealth, all his duty is to daily worship Lord Vishnu with his wife Lakshmi. And so don't just worship Lakshmi without Vishnu, but it should be both together. Sita Ram or Uma Parvati or Vishnu and Lakshmi or Radha and Krishna. So all it should be worshipped together. You cannot separate them. They are eternal consorts. Like Uma or Sati is eternal consort of Lord Shiva. Or Lakshmi she is eternal consort of Lord Vishnu or Narayan. Even she is worshipping, see for Krishna, it is Srimati Radharani. And these are all expansion from Srimati Radharani. Expansion means all the gopis, all Astasakis, then that is in Vrindavan, and then Dwarka, all Mahishis, the queens, like Rukmini is an expansion from naturally from Radharani, or you may say Rukmini is an expansion from Radharani and her sister. So and so these are all expansions. Satyabhama is also expansion of Srimati Radharani. All the Lakshmis ultimately they come from Srimati Radharani. Sita Devi also comes from Rukmini, which was an expansion of Srimati Radharani. So if one desires all opulences, his duty is to daily worship Lord Vishnu with his wife Lakshmi. With great devotion, one should worship him according to the above mentioned process. Lord Vishnu and the goddess of fortune are an immensely powerful combination. They are the bestowers of all benedictions and the sources of all good fortune. Therefore, the duty of everyone is to worship Lakshmi Narayan. Purport. Lakshmi Narayan, Lord Vishnu and Mother Lakshmi are always situated in everyone's heart. Ishwar Sarvbhutanam Raddeshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayan Sarvbhutani Yantra Rudhani Maya. In our heart, there is always Radha and Krishna, and there is Ishwara, that is Supreme Controller, and he is the one who is moving everybody in the material world. But our desire is pure, then by the mercy of Radha Krishna, we move forward to serve our Lord's lotus feet. Not to desire Lakshmi and reject Narayan, reject Vishnu. And just like Ravan did it, that he took Sita, but he did not care for Lord Ramchandra. So it should be both together. It should never be one. Yes, Lakshmi is Chanchala, she would, and then she would go away. But if Narayan is there, she cannot go anywhere. She will have to stay. If there is a worship of Lord Narayan, then Lakshmi ji will always be there. But she cannot leave her opulent idea. So in Bail 1, she is still doing her austerities to enter into Ras Leela in Vraj. But because she has that feeling that she bestow any amount of opulence, and so she cannot give up that mentality, and that's why she could not join Ras Leela of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So powerful combination is Lakshmi Narayan, Sita Ram. They are the bestowers of all benedictions and sources of all good fortune. The duty of everyone is to worship. So we should know how to worship. So Lakshmi Narayan, Lord Vishnu, Mother Lakshmi are always situated in everyone's heart. However, because non-devotees do not realize that Lord Vishnu stays with his eternal consort, Lakshmi, within the hearts of all living entity, they are not endowed with the opulences of Lord Vishnu. Because people do not know that Lakshmi Narayan is situated in everyone's heart, not just human being, but all the everyone, all the Jiva souls, along with the soul, along with Atma, there is always Paramatma. Yes, Paramatma, they are together, Lakshmi Narayan. So they are sitting there, and we should worship and think of that and try to listen to the voice that comes within the heart from. So Lakshmi Narayan is there, Paramatma is there, and who do not know this, then who do not realize Lord Vishnu within Lakshmi, within the heart of all living entity, they are endowed with they are not endowed. So they do not get the opulences of a pure devotee. Unscrupulous men sometimes address a poor man as Daridra Narayan or poor Narayan. This is most unscientific. Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi are always situated in everyone's heart, but this does not mean that everyone is Narayan, especially not those in poverty. This is a most abominable term to use in connection with Narayan. Narayan never becomes poor, and therefore he can never be called Daridra Narayan. Narayan is certainly situated in everyone's heart, and he is neither poor nor rich, only unscrupulous person who do not know the opulence of Narayan try to afflict him with poverty. So this word Daridra Narayan, and that was the Vivekananda. He just says, don't you go and see the Narayan, those poor people who are suffering, who are very poor, and he sees the Narayan. But who is poor, who is not poor? They are all poor because of not knowing Krishna consciousness, not worshipping Krishna. They are all poor. But Krishna, how? Narayan could be Daridra when he is staying with Lakshmi, who could give best to Lakshmi to anybody, to whatever amount. Like Krishna had Sudama brought some chipped rice. Krishna ate with so much relish, and in one morsel, he gave 1/4 second morsel, he gave more than half of what is there in Dwarka or what is there in Logos class. So I will call you later on. Okay, Hare Krishna. So Daridra Narayan means giving labeling that Narayan is Daridra or Daridram ke Narayan. But everybody is Daridra because of not having Krishna consciousness. So we should not label. This is the most abominable to put a title of Daridra in front of the Narayan. It should not be given. It is a not only misnomer, but it is blaspheming Krishna, blaspheming Narayan that you are Daridra. We are all Daridra because everything belongs to Krishna. We are trying to steal. We are thieves and we are stealing and using everything for ourselves and blaming on Narayan as Daridra Narayan. So he is neither poor nor rich, only an unscrupulous person who do not know the opulences of Narayan try to afflict him with poverty. You do not know that Lakshmi Shahasra Satasamrama Sevyamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajan. Shahasra Lakshmi. Thousands and thousands of Lakshmi. They want to serve Krishna, but they want to dance with Krishna. They cannot because they have the feeling of pride. They have the feeling that I am opulent. But gopis, they are also Lakshmis, more than Lakshmis. But they easily take partake in the Ras Leela dance with Krishna because they don't have pride, they don't feel that I am very rich or I am so fortunate. They feel very lonely. Krishna only could be obtained from this, not having any kind of envy, pride. Pride is, uh, pride is the opposite of loving Krishna. You cannot love Krishna if you have pride. In this envy, with this, envy is competitor of devotional service. So one should never become envious. So, and never, nobody should call Narayan as Daridra Narayan. And even Mahatma Gandhi also put the word Harijan. But we are all Harijan. Harijan means one who is a lower caste. But we are all Hari. Vaishnava, Chanato, Tene, Kaye, Jo Pir Parai. So Harijan is everybody is a Harijan. We should not feel that Harijan by caste, they are the lower and we call them Harijan. Hari means Vishnu. It takes remove all our obstacles. Hari is another name of Vishnu. So Hari Bol, we always chant. So Harijan means who is chanting Hari's name. So next verse we will take text number 10. But just I have some cold, so just 1 second, and I will be back with you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So text number 10. Praname Dandavat Bhumo Bhakti Prabhuena Chetasa Dashvaram Japen Mantram Tata Strotra Mudirayet. One should offer obeisances unto the Lord with a mind humbled through devotion. Bhakti के द्वारा नम्र बनना. Vidya dadati vinayam. Vinayat yati. Vidya, if you are in knowledge, then you should become very humble. While offering dandavats, by falling on the ground like a rod, one should chant the above mantra 10 times. Then one should chant the following prayer. One should chant this mantra that we just read. And so one should be following, speaking this mantra. One should be chanting this mantra, just like we chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So rather than so many mantras, if you just chant Hare Krishna mantra, that is the sum and substance of all the mantras. These mantras. And then Bhagavatam, there are 19 stutis by different mantras from Kunti Devi and Prahlad and Guru Maharaj and Ajamil, and many people they have chanted this. One should, mind should be humble. And text number 11. Yoam tu Vishwasya Vibhu Jagata Karanam Param Yam hi Pragati Shukshma Maya Shaktir Duratyaya. O my Lord Vishnu and Mother Lakshmi, Goddess of Fortune, you are the proprietors of entire creation. Yes, they have created this and they are the proprietors. Indeed, you are the cause of the creation. Mother Lakshmi is extremely difficult to understand because she is so powerful that the jurisdiction of her power is difficult to overcome. Mother Lakshmi is represented in the material world as the external energy, but actually she is always the internal energy of the Lord. So, external energy, that is Durga, and Lakshmi is the internal energy. Durga, that is Mahamaya. She is in charge of all the planetary system, everything. She is the jail keeper. This material world is like a jail, and this material world is a prison house, and she is the superintendent. If you bribe her, if you serve Durga, you could get some facility in this material jail of this material world, but she cannot release you. Mukti Pradata Vishnu. Only when you worship Vishnu, then he can liberate you from this bondage of material world, going up, down, so many species of life. But who could protect you? Yes. Lakshmi Narayan together are, but Lakshmi Mata is very, very kind. Radharani is very, very kind. Krishna may be very harsh, but if you worship Radharani, then she will get you out of this. Krishna follows all the rules and regulations of the scriptural life. So he will do, if you follow scriptural rules, regulation, he'll be happy. But if Radharani you please, whether you follow rules or regulation, doesn't matter. And Krishna is obliged to do that. There are many stories about how Sita protected and how somebody took a promise. So Krishna belongs to his devotees and also the best devotees, Srimati Radharani, and they are the master, master of everything. Isha Vashyam Idam Sarvam Yad Kena Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tyaktena Bhajita Magrata Kasya Sudadhan. Everything belongs to the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, and Lakshmi Ji also. So we worship Lakshmi Devi at the time of when Sita Devi comes home from Ayodhya to home. They lit all Ayodhya, sprinkled the water, and all the doors were decorated, hearthstones, bells, and so much deepak, so many burning lamps were there. Millions and millions of lamps were decorated in Ayodhya when Lord Krishna, Lord Ram and Sita they came. So in this way, we should also keep our heart lightened by loving devotion to Krishna. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadeva Deshu Vilokin Yam Shama Sundara Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So, X number 12. So, internal energy is Radharani. She is internal potency. External energy is Jiva Shakti, but also the Jiva Shakti is marginal energy. Material energy is external energy. And in charge of this material energy is Durga Devi. She's called by so many names. And Vaishnavi Devi, Sati, before she gave up her body, Parvati, Mahakali, Kali, and so forth. There are so many names were given by Krishna to her that will be called in the material world by 18, 19 names because she did a thankless task. She took away from the womb of Devki, Balramji, and put in the womb of Rohini. Also, she came as like not Mahamaya, but Yoga Maya, daughter of Yashoda Mai. But when she was in the hands of this demon Kansa, then she left up and then she turned into 10-handed Durga and scolded her. Oh, fool, you are trying to kill these little children, but he is born somewhere, and because all the demons are asuras, they worship Durga because she becomes pleased very easily, but she cannot liberate. Liberation, you have to worship Lakshmi and Narayan, or Radha Krishna. Text number 12. Tasya adhishwara sakshat tvameva purusha parah tvam sarvayagya ijeyam priyeyam phala bhugvavan. My Lord, you are the master of energy, and therefore, so master of energy means he has parasya shaktir vivadeva triyate. Swabhava ki jnana bala kriyache. There are by swabhav, they are internal energy, marginal energy, external energy, and there are several others, but these are the three main. We are part of the marginal energy. And all the spiritual world, all the expansion, they are all part of internal energy. Is Prakriti, that is part of the external energy. But although this external energy represented by Mahamaya or Durga is a very, very great energy. But because why it became great? Because it has taken shelter of the internal energy. But we have gave the shelter of internal energy. So although we are higher energy to Prakriti, but she overcomes, she controls, she dictates to this marginal energy people means because she has taken shelter. So if we take shelter, then Durga cannot do anything. Our material energy cannot affect us. We should remember that we should take shelter of the Supreme Lord, just like Durga Devi took shelter of the Supreme Lord, Narayan. Text number 13. Gunavyaktiriyam Devi Vyanjato Gunabhubhavan Tvam hi Sarvashaririyatma Shri Sarirendriya Shayaha Namarupe Bhagavati Pratyayas Tvamapashayah. Mother Lakshmi So Lakshmi, how she came, you know that Lakshmi, when she's eternal consort, any millennium, anywhere, in so many Brahmandas, it is Lakshmi is there. But also she was born from churning the milk ocean. And she could not find anybody suitable. She gave her garland to Vishnu. But she is eternal consort of Vishnu. Mother Lakshmi, who is here, is the reservoir of all spiritual quality. Whereas you manifest and enjoy all these qualities. Indeed, you are actually the enjoyer of everything. You live as the super soul of all living entities. And the goddess of nature, or goddess of fortune, is the form of their bodies, senses, and minds. She also has a holy name and form, whereas you are the support of all such names and forms and the cause of their manifestation. So, Madhvacharya, the Acharya of Tattvavadis, has described the verse in the following way. Vishnu is celebrated as Yagya personified. Yagya means Vishnu. And Mother Lakshmi is described as spiritual activities, an original form of worship. In fact, they represent spiritual activities, and the super soul are all yagyas. Lord Vishnu is the super soul even of Lakshmi Devi, but no one can be the super soul of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu himself is the spiritual super soul of everyone. According to Madhvacharya, there are two tattvas or factors. One is independent, the other is dependent. The first tattva is the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, and the second is the Jiva Tattva, Lakshmi Devi, the being dependent on Lord Vishnu is sometimes counted among the Jiva, but she is not a Jiva, she is expansion. The Gaudiya Vaishnava, however, describe Lakshmi Devi in accordance with the following two verses from the Prameya Ratnavali of Baldev Vidya Bhushan. The first verse is quotation from the Vishnu Puran. Maiteva sa Jagannata Vishnu Sri Anapayini Yatha Sarvagato Vishnu Tathevayam Yuttama Vishnu Sakatyas Tisra Tasuya Kirtita Shaiva Shris Tadavineti sorry. Vishnu Shiv Sakatasya Tishras Tasuya Kirtida Para Shaiva Shris Tadavineti Haha Shishyan Prabhur Mahan. Although, O best of the Brahmanas, Lakshmi ji is the constant companion of the Supreme Personality of God and Vishnu, and therefore is called Anapayini. Anapayini, she is the mother. Anapayini Bhakti. Anapayini, nobody else. She worships. Oh, एक छत्र विष्णु की वो सेवा में लगी रहती है. She always worships Vishnu or Narayan. She never leaves his association. Or just like see, it is Chaya Sita who went to Ravan's place. One may say how she could go without Lord Ram, but she did not go. Lakshman took her when there is in Dandakaranya forest, when there was 14,000 current Bhushan soldiers were killed by Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ram. Then Lakshman took her, and then the Maya Sita came back, and the real Sita went to the fire god. Then he brought her out in her Agni Pariksha. So same way, no one can touch the Lakshmi ji. Now this material, this is external representation, and if we really too much attached to Lakshmi, then we could be like Ravan, not worship Narayan. So she will give us more trouble and pain, just like Ravan's whole dynasty was finished. So our dynasty would be finished. We don't use Lakshmi with Narayan in the service of Lord Narayan. She serves and she wants us to serve her also. Anapayani Bhakti. She is the mother of all the creation. As Lord Vishnu is all pervading. This is spiritual potency. Mother Lakshmi is also all pervading. And she is also everywhere. Lord Vishnu has three principal potency: internal, external, and marginal. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has accepted Parashakti, the spiritual energy of Lord, as being identical with the Lord. So Parashakti, transcendental energy, internal energy also. So there is no difference between the Lord and his internal energy or his expansion or Vishnu Tattvas. Thus, she is also included in the independent Vishnu Tattva. Although some authoritative Vaishnava disciples, disciplic succession, count the goddess of fortune among the ever-liberated living entities. Jivas in Vaikuntha, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in accordance with the statement in the Vishnu Puran, is described Lakshmi as being identical with the Vishnu Tattva. So there is no difference in the Tattva, Lakshmi and Vishnu. But Lakshmi Devi as Sita, Radharani is much more, millions times more merciful. The correct conclusion is that the descriptions of Lakshmi as being different from the Vishnu are stated when an eternally liberated living entity is viewed with the quality of Lakshmi. They do not pertain to Mother Lakshmi, the eternal consort of Lord Vishnu. So next 14 verse, 14, 15, 16, practically 17 has no purpose. So let me read text number 15. Ityabhistupavradam Srinivasam Shriyasah Tanni Saryopaharanam Tattva Chamana Marchayet. Sri Sukdev Goswami continued, thus one should worship Lord Vishnu, who is known as Srinivas. Shri Lakshmi Ji is the resting place of Sri Lakshmi, along with Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune. By offering prayers according to the process mentioned above, after removing all the paraphernalia worship, one should offer them water to wash their hands and feet, mouths, and then one should worship them again. Worshiping the Lord and the Vishnu together. So let us about some stutis. So we read up to text number 16, from 8 to 16. And so we'll discuss about these points about worshipping Radha and Krishna, worshipping Lakshmi Narayan, worshipping Lakshmi and Vishnu. And it should never be alone. Just so there are many stutis sung out of love, just like for Kumaras. when the four Kumaras were met by the Lord at the seventh front gate of Vaikuntapuri, after cursing two doormen, they began to pray, O Lord, we pray that you let us be born in any hellish condition of life, just as long our hearts and minds are always engaged in the service of your lotus feet. Our words are made beautiful by speaking of your activities, just as Tulsi leaves are beautified when offered unto your lotus feet. And as long as our ears are always filled with the chanting of your transcendental qualities. So these are the four Kumaras are praying. O Lord, we therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto your eternal form as the personality of Godhead, which you have so kindly manifested before us. Your supreme eternal form cannot be seen by unfortunate, less intelligent, but we are so much satisfied to our mind and vision to see. Nagpatis, they are worshipping Krishna. When Krishna was jumped, they are praying. When Krishna jumped into the poisonous Yamuna water to punish serpent Kalia, and after bathing for some time, almost killed him, the wives of serpent Kalia approached the eternal personality of Godhead and offered the prayers. O Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kalia has attained this great opportunity of being touched by the dust of your lotus feet. For this end, the goddess of fortune performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and taking austere vows. But she could not get the dust of the lotus feet, just like this Kalia got it. So, yet Nag Patnis were amazed at what kind of service he did. We offer our obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although present in the hearts of all living entity, is the Super Soul. You are all pervasive. Although the original shelter of all created material elements, you exist prior to other creations. And although the cause of everything, Sarva Karana Karanam, you are transcendental to all material cause and effect, being the Supreme Soul. So we should always remember that He is the cause of great boons, great things. And we should not claim that I saw Krishna, I got boons. So Indra is praying and many demigods are praying. Now Yogendras are praying. So these are all Prem Stuti given in Srimad Bhagavatam. See, Varnashram Dharma, but Varnashram Dharma, you may be worshipping Radha, Krishna or whatever, but it is according to your Varna and Ashram, Guna Karma Vibhagasva. Just as bulls are obliged to move according to the directions of a driver pulling on ropes knotted to their noses, all living entities are bound by the Vedic injunctions to the divisions of Varnashram according to our qualities and work. Just as a cow delivers milk in the presence of her calf, similarly the earth fulfilled the desires of Maharaj Gai, who was able to utilize all the resources of the earth to benefit his citizens. So there are many things which are given as glorification. I will talk a little bit about Sita Maharani and how she was, but Lakshmi ji, she never leaves the song of Narayana or Vishnu. Just like Vishnu is everywhere Sarvavyapak, she is also there. Vishnu means Lakshmi ji. Vishnu, Lakshmi ji's वाणी त्याग हरि न्याय है तो ये नीति है. Bhagwan Vishnu is Bodha and she is the intelligence. If Lord Vishnu is Dharma, then Lakshmi ji is Satkriya, how to perform that Dharma. Goswami Tulsidas ji is singing Gira Artha Jalabishi Sama Kahiyat Bhin Nanabhin Dvanda Sita Rama Pada Jinai Paramapriya Kin त्वं माता सर्वलोकानां देवदेवो हरिपिता त्वयैतद् विष्णूनां चाम्ब जगद्व्याप्तं चराचरम्. She is the mother of all the devas and all the living beings, Deva Deveshwar. So they are just expansion. We should not think that we have become Lakshmi or Vishnu or Bhagavan. Vishnu takes so many forms, like Lord Ram appeared. Yes. So same thing, Lakshmi ji also appears to do the Narlila whenever there is Vishnu comes. So if the jiva gets out of their track, do so many nonsense, then Krishna punishes them. But Sriji, Lakshmi ji, or Radharani, she forgives and she begs that please purify them, don't throw them from your place. So she gets Samadhan through Lord Krishna or Narayana or Vishnu. So Jayanta, you know the example of Jayanta and Sita Devi. So Jayanta came and he was attracted to Sita Devi's beauty, and she put a little, like, touched her toe and bleeding was there. And Ram saw that and he took a bow and arrow without any sharp edge, and he went to all the places in the material world or spiritual world. He could not be forgiven. But Janki ji, out of her mercy, then she asked her Samartha, Lord Ram, that please protect him, protect him. Then Lord Ramchandra protected him, did not. Just like a mother jumps in the well if the child falls there. Same thing, that in the Ravana's palace, there were many demigoddesses were there. Then she herself became Bandi. She herself went to Ravana's place and got out all the demigoddesses out of his prison. So you see how much merciful. Then Hanumanji, he came and gave her the message that Ravan is killed, and she became. Then he says, please ask any boon. Then he said that I could cut all these demonesses, all these Rakshasas were threatening you, and I will cut into small pieces. Then she says that no. She explained that they are by character, they have done paap, but not to the papi. Don't Sant Hriday Navneet Saman. That Satcharitra, so papi ho, Ashubh Acharan wala ho, but he should not be forgiven. See the Draupadi, all the 5 children were cut off by Ashwatthama. And Ashwatthama was tied up and brought in front of Draupadi. But what Draupadi did, she has only one child, and she's alive. Her husband is dead. And if she hears about, she will die. She is the wife of your Guru Dronacharya. So in this way, she forgave that who killed his Ashwatthama, who killed his all the 5 children while they were sleeping. In this way, the ladies are always, their nature is very, very soft. They very humble. They forgive everything. Devi Praparnatmi Hare Prashida. Maithili Janakatmaja. So Hanumanji protected them. So there are many stories how सर्वथा सर्वभावेन असज सज्जन मम उर बस कैसे लोभी हृदय बसई धन जैसे काम ही नारी प्यारी जिमी लोभ ही प्रिय जिमी दाम तिमी रघुनाथ निरंतर बसों हृदय श्री राम. So I will end here about this. What we read is about this Punshavan Vrat and how by following the devotional service, Punshavan Vrat is same devotional service and glorifying the Lord Vishnu, and by doing that our all the aparats, whatever we have done in many lifetimes, get finished. We become lover of Krishna and Radha, but both should be together. Lover of Vishnu and Lakshmi, or Vishnu, Lakshmi, Narayan, it should never be alone. Both together should be worshipped. So thank you. If there is any comments or questions, then we can discuss about this Punshavan Vrat. I think you heard about the rules of the Punshavan Vrat. So if you want to hear again for the do's and don'ts, then I can repeat them. But if you have any other questions, please let me know. Can you unmute or could you hear?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandat Pranam. All grace to Srila
Dandat
Prabhupada.
Pranam.
It was such a nice class to glorify Lord's eternal consort Lakshmi Ji, and got to know so many things, so many attributes about Lakshmi Ji, and could understand that she is equally powerful, and if not more benedictory and more merciful, and then the Lord Himself. It is and he is the eternal she is the eternal consort, and cannot live without Vishnu. So wherever Lord Vishnu is there, Lakshmi Ji will also be there. That is
Yes.
Yes, Maharaj. And it's so and it's so nice to have the realization that as eternal consort, she is also equally present everywhere, wherever Vishnu is present.
Yes.
So yeah. So so our way to Vishnu is through Lakshmi Ji, or our way to Krishna is through Radharani, and that is further emphasized, I believe.
Yes. To Radharani, it's more easy. That's why I chant Hare Krishna. Hare is like Sambodhan to Srimati Radharani. Please engage me in service.
Yes, Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj.
Okay.
And yes. So it was such a nice, enlightening class. Thank you for your purifying association, Maharaj.
Thank you. And thanks for your all association. So,
this Pumsavana Vrata, is it for everybody or for the women, Maharaj?
no, anyone. Women and men, anyone can do it.
No.
It's not just for women.
So nice, Maharaj. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, should we end now? If there is no further questions.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna.
much for this wonderful class and explaining about Goddess Lakshmi and Punsavan Vrat. So if can we do that, or do we need to keep doing Hare Krishna Mahamantra? So that was question, Maharaj.
Oh, Anybody can do it. So that is little difficult. That was done in Satyayug. For Kali Yuga, that is Nam Sankirtan. That's the real Vrat for Kali Yuga. That you chant not only 16 but even more rounds. But that is the Yajna for Kali Yuga. Meditation and those things. See, even in Satyayug, she created some mistake, very little bit, but still it is difficult. Here, Krishna does not see any mistake. You could pronounce Krishna as Krishna. Krishna sees the bhav, bhavagrahi Janardhan. He does not see any mistakes. Or you chant even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's name, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sevasadi Gaura Bhakta Vranda. So in pronunciation, any place, any impurity, but for function, it is strict. You have to be very, very pure. Bath so many times and don't touch this, that. But Hare Krishna mantra could be chanted anywhere. So it is easy. That is the mantra for this Kali Yuga. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Iva Kevalam. Kalo, Nastaiva, 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 Gatiranyata. For Kali Yuga, there is this function is not necessary.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Okay. Yeah. Any other questions? So please, everybody should chant and become a devotee of the Lord and be very kind and humble and meek and never feel that you are the doer of anything. We are just like puppets and worship that. Please keep me as your puppet. Whatever you want, don't let me do my desire, but fulfill whatever you think is right for me. मेरी चाही करन की जो है तुम्हारी चाह, तो अपनी चाही करो यह है मेरी चाह. मेरी चाही हो वही जो है तुम्हारी चाह, तुम्हारी अनचाही कभी मत हो मेरी चाह. तुम्हारी चाही मैं प्रभु है मेरा कल्याण, मेरी चाही मत करो मैं मूर्ख अनजान. So you just pray to the Lord that you do whatever. I'm your slave. Do whatever you want with. मारो भी यार आपको भी गया जो कि कुमार. आश्लिष्य वा पादरथम पेनुष्टमा मदर्शनम मर्मतम कवत्वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लंपटो मत प्राणनाथ सेवा ना. Not blaming if you are poor, don't have many things, disease, then we blame Krishna, but never blame Krishna. It is our own karma. Okay?
Yes, Maharaj.
Okay.
So let's pay obeisances to Maharaj and all the Vaishnavas. Pancha Kalpatarvesha Kripa Sindhu Devata Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Ananta Koti Vaishnavindra Jai
Jai.
Jai
Jai.
Jai. His
Hare
Holiness
Krishna.
Samik Rishi Maharaj ki Jai.
Jai.
गौरव भक्त वृंद की जय.
Jai.
Thank you
प्रभुपाद
so much,
की जय.
Maharaj.
Jai.
राज भागवताम की जय.
Jai
गोपीनाथ जी की जय.
Jai.
हरे जय.
Thank you,
हरे
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
थैंक यू.
Maharaj.
हरे
Krishna.
थैंक यू. हरे हरे कृष्णा. जय श्रील प्रभुपाद.
Yes.